Hey everybody, it's Rob here. There's a major bug on Barbarian HOTA right now. Hence, we are playing Spin to Win Whirlwind here. We are Paragon 220 at the moment and spinning through pit 90s here with great comfortable, and our Whirlwind is proccing our Earthquakes. And we're using this setup. It's good for speed farming, but it's not the ideal setup. But there is a major bug on the new Mountains Fury chest where your HOTA is basically not working. So I'll show you here the alternative setup. We also have a planner in the description. I'll show you some more gameplay and we'll also go over the bug. So let's get started. First of all, this is the new chest, and right now if you're using it with HOTA, there's basically a bug that occurs, and the explosion that should happen from the Mantle of the Mountains Fury, it happens visually, but it does not do any damage. Blizzard is aware of this issue already, and we hope that there's a hotfix soon. And that's why we're playing the Spin to Win version, because you can see here, like if I'm blowing these up with my Quake, the explosion is happening, but there's basically no damage instance. You see here, boom. Like it just removes the Earthquakes currently. See, it's billion ticks, and then I do the explosion, and it doesn't do any damage after that, basically. So see, like there's no like major damage. It should be hitting for billions and billions because it's supposed to consume the dot of our Earthquake and immediately do all the damage. But that doesn't work, unfortunately. So we cannot use HOTA. Hence, we use Whirlwind here with the Igni plus Tech Rune. So Igni, basically, when we do anything but a basic skill, it creates an Earthquake. So I can just spin, Earthquake, spin, Earthquake. Every 2.3 seconds, I just can press my Whirlwind, and we spawn 2 Earthquakes, because we have double the chance to spawn an Earthquake. And this combination is extremely powerful. We combine these runes with Bug Ga. Also, Bug is also moving, so obviously we spin, we move all the time. And with Bug Ga, we also get 25% crit chance. And this allows me already to be at 100% crit chance with the buffs up. And yeah, in general, guys, like we're spawning like a ton of Earthquakes, and you basically just spin and you win while all the Earthquakes kill everything. We just can't consume them directly right now, and that's why this is the speed farm build. I'm going to show you my current setup. There's also a version, because I already have all the Uber Uniques, there's also a version without any Uber Uniques. We are like 19 hours in the season, and this is already like speed farming well in the 90s. You can even speed farm hundreds already. It's just going to be like more like 2.5, 3 minutes. So this is my current setup. We're rocking Harlequin's Crest. Again, the alternative here is just Godslayer's Crown if you don't have Harlequin's Crest, but the cooldown really helps. But Godslayer is cool because it pixel pulls the enemies. Then we are still playing the Mountains Fury because it has basically a 1.5 multiplier, and it also gives you defensive stance, which is pretty nice for toughness, because it's just additive fortify, and rocking this is giving you a ton of damage reduction. There's a second bug at the moment. I can show this to you here as well, where aggressive resistance does not give you further damage reduction. You guys can see here, I put 3 points in, it's still only 4%. So that's also another major bug. So right now we only put 1 point here, and once this is fixed, this is a second bug that is not working on the barb this season. It's a little bit sad because there's just like one major bug and then here one minor bug. It just make the barb a lot weaker than it was supposed to be. Hopefully we're gonna get fixed for that soon. But yeah, aggressive resistance doesn't work at the moment. That's why I like to take some extra defense here with defensive stance, especially early on. This gives you a ton of extra toughness if you combine it with the Mantle of the Mountains Fury, because it's additive, it keeps going up basically. But just completely ignore the Hammer of the Ancients part. We're only using Whirlwind. Hammer of the Ancients is bugged, does not work. Then we're rocking Fist of Fate here. Most important is the crit chance. I got a decent roll already. Then we have Ariad's Bearing. This basically allows us to perma-cast our Call of the Ancients. You can see if I cast it. And then I have Marshal, so I just cast my shouts. I can cast it again immediately, basically. And then boom, I cast it again, and then I cast my shouts again. Then I can cast it immediately again. And it basically just continues like this, right? So boom, and then you go to shouts again, and then you can cast it. Like you basically have it permanently up, right? Like it's very chill. Boom, you cast it again, you cast your shouts. Everything is permanently up here in this build. Same goes for the Ground Stomp. I can Ground Stomp and then cast my shouts, and then I can Ground Stomp again, cast my shouts, you know, and so on and so on and so on. Then the Ariad's Bearing gives us big cooldown. It also helps you early on with the all-res. For me, it's very comfortable to already max my always, just because I have it here on Ariad's Bearing, and I don't even have a GA on the all-res. This one drops at 0 as well. Then boots here, we have movement speed. We are permanently unstoppable here with Rallying Cry, because we have like 5 seconds cooldown, basically nothing. Thanks to our Bolts Chieftain, it's pretty good. And then, yeah, obviously earthquake size here is very important, and movement speed. You really want to be, moving fast when you spin. You don't want to be moving slow. Like, speed is king here in this game. Then we have here the aspect of the earthquakes. Chance to earthquake here, really important. And look at this double damage. Again, Ignic tech, super good. You want a mix of close damage and berserking damage on your offensive tempers, because you want to max out both. My Paragon board is scuffed right now. You want to max out both the Force of Nature, and you also want to max out the Blood Rage here. So 45 and Force of Nature here, 200%. We're going to talk about the Paragon board more in a second. Then we rock Executioners here. Obviously, this is directly scaling with my main stat. You see, I already have 3000 strength here. And I don't even have all the occult powers because they don't really exist yet. It takes a long time. And so I'm already getting 450% multiplicative damage from this one. And I don't even have a greater affix strength here. So you can get way more long term. Plus we have this combined with the power that I leveled them. I can't even click it here. But I have this combined with the Soul Harvest power that I've leveled a lot. This one here, which basically gives you more main stat, and more primary core stat, which is basically double dipping. It gives you multiplicative damage, and it also gives you another multiplier with your Executioners. Then we rock the Brawlers here. Also another multiplier. As we established earlier, we permanently have our Call of the Ancients up, so this one gives us another 1.3 if you have a good roll here. And then Heavy Hitter is pretty nice, because Heavy Hitter is this big passive in the passive tree that gives us 15% X. So I'm already getting 180 X to ultimates and to Earthquake, which is the most important, because Earthquake is our main DPS. Whirlwind does not deal any damage. You only need 1 point in Whirlwind. Then we have the Polearm here with the Fissures, another double damage for our Earthquakes, and then again Heavy Hitter. You want to get as close to 100% chance as possible. Right now, I'm at 62 plus 30, so I'm only at 90, but I'm going to keep master working my stuff. And I unfortunately did hit the strength here, so that didn't work yet. But you want to have 100% chance to cast the Earthquake. So once I keep master working this, we're going to hit 100%. And then the rest goes into Heavy Hitter. Then we have Bolt's Chieftain here, obviously, also with Call of the Ancients, just have it like super reduced. Alternatively, you can also play Warcry or Brawling cooldown. However, I like Call of the Ancients. Then we have a Starless Sky. And if you don't have a Starless Sky, there is also in the planner, there is an alternative here. You can just click up here, no HOTA, no Uber, and then you play the Retribution, basically. Obviously, Starless Sky is way better, and Starless Sky should also be the first Uber Unique that you try to craft, if you can craft one. There's a cool trick right now. If you do Lilith, Uber Lilith in a group, she drops multiple Resplendent Sparks. So that's pretty cool if you want to get an early Uber Unique. Then we have the Bulkatos here on the weapon. This is normally for leap, but it also triggers, you guys can kind of see here my toughness going, everything going up basically. We're getting damage reduction here, and this goes up to 90% damage, and also it goes 30% damage reduction. So it's pretty insane having this on the amulet. Big multiplier and 30% damage reduction. And yeah, then we have the expertise. So here we rock Axe and we play with Mace, just because it has the highest total damage. Like Mace attacks very slow, so it's very beneficial for the Earthquake dot damage because it's only based on your weapon damage. So this is going to be a lot. I don't really have a great weapon, but we're going to continue working on multiple GAs. The most important GA to have is Strength, like I have on my offhand, because again, Strength is double scaling with the Serpent's Bite here, Executioners, and all the other stuff basically. Your main stat. That's basically it. Skill tree. Sorry guys, we've already been going for 22 hours. So it looks like this. So you don't need to put more than 1 point in Whirlwind, so just 1 point. We get some bleeding here. We have 1 point here. It helps you a bit with making stuff vulnerable. Don't really need these 2 points now since we get the bleeding from the Whirlwind. However, this will still work for ranged. So there's like a lot of stuff. Like usually I would put those 2 points in aggressive resistance, right? But right now we can't, so we need to put it somewhere else. You can also put it in Warcry if you want, because again, aggressive resistance just bugged. 4% even if you put 2 points in. Please fix. Ground Stomp here, making it Brawling skill. This also helps you to keep the target vulnerable. And since it's a Brawling skill, you're also getting Berserking from it. This helps you getting the Primer Berserking ready, basically. Then we have Imposing Presence, Martial Vigor, Rallying Cry for Fortify, Challenging Shout, Damage Reduction, Fury, Warcry, Damage, Support. Again here, just extra resource, especially if you don't have Starless Sky. Definitely recommend maxing Prolific. We have crit chance, pit fighter, slaying strike, and then here 3 in defensive statue, 3 in counter offensive, max on the Call of the Ancients, max on heavy hitter, max on heavy handed, and then you have unconstrained. My Paragon board is really scuffed in game right now. So we're probably going to go over the one that I have in the planner, but I'm basically rocking Territorial, Martial in the Force of Nature glyph. I'll probably respec at some point. Martial here because it multiplies the close damage. You guys can kind of see if I put these points out, Force of Nature is only at 175. But that's because Martial is multiplying the close damage that we need to max the multiplier on Force of Nature. Then we're rocking Rumble. This is the biggest glyph. Like you want to like max this out completely. Like put all the strength in range here. So you can get like, 1500% earthquake damage with this one. It goes pretty crazy. Then we have Blood Rage. We have Decimator with Challenger. This one also, again, double dipping, strength scaling for our normal main stat plus our Executioners here. Really strong. Again, this board is scuffed. I haven't respec yet. This was just my leveling board, like rushing Force of Nature and rushing certain things. And then I'm playing Weapons Master as well. I'm not weapon switching, but you get 30% multiplicative damage to injured and 30% to healthy enemies. Really strong. And then right now I'm rocking Undaunted. I was missing some toughness, so I haven't really like maxed this out or anything. You can also play Exploit alternatively or Ire. However, I found like early on I wanted some toughness and I'm stacking a lot of damage reduction while Fortify. You see 10% base, 10% on Undaunted. And we are also rocking another 14% here. So that's already 34% damage reduction because this one is just additive. You see, it just keeps adding up. Additional 14 damage reduction. It doesn't say X damage reduction. So this is basically additive on the fortified DI that you already have. So it's very strong for damage reduction. Combine this with your Bulkatos, another 30% damage reduction, and you're going to be pretty tanky, especially early on when you max your all-res with the Ariad's Bearing. And you also get some good armor if you don't have Harlequin's Crest yet. You get a ton of armor from the Mantle of the Mountain's Fury. And that should get you, like, look, even without the Harlequin's Crest, 1000 is the armor cap. I think if I'm buffed, like I basically have, 900, I basically have the armor cap of 1000, right? Even without Shaco. So even without Harlequin's Quest, you can easily get the armor cap, and then you just need the Ariad's Bearing to fix your resistances. That's basically what I'm using right now. And in terms of Eldritch powers, there's nothing really good. So I'm looking forward to get the Eldritch power that gives me movement speed and crit chance, and then maybe I can drop one of the runes, or I can drop some crit rolls here on my rings. That's going to be very nice. But yeah, that's pretty much the setup, guys. It's pretty cool. Unfortunately, this is bugged again, but we make the best of it, and this is still a really strong build. Like, we're just here 19 hours in. We're already Paragon 225. This build is super cool. I'm going to leave you with some gameplay, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Barb Nation still strong, and really hoping that Blizzard is going to fix the bug with Hammer of the Ancients and the Mantle of the Mountain's Fury. Just trust me, don't put Hammer of the Ancients on your bar. It's going to nerf your damage, because you're just doing dot damage, and then when you HOTA, you're taking all the damage away. It's basically ZDPS build if you're playing HOTA. So hopefully fixed soon. I'll keep you updated, guys. Enjoy the gameplay here. Let's go. Alright, this is the build in action. Just quake them all, boys. Quake them all. And just spawn a ton of earthquakes. Lots of seismic activity. Yeah, unfortunately the chest does not work, guys. So we can't erupt. We just spin and play with earthquakes. That's basically it. But still we spin and win. Just a bit different style. Stun these guys. Just a little different style. I'm using Igni plus Tech Rune to spawn the earthquakes. Works very well. Also, monsters usually just walk in from the back, right? spam him. When they follow me, they walk in. So GG, and then they melt. Then we can spawn a lot on the boss as well. Boom. Sayonara boss. And we get GA, GA, GA. And yeah, we can still upgrade like a lot. Boom, boom, boom. Marshall going up. That's the one that's spawning it. Yeah, let's go. Ton of fun here. Good setup. So these are the runes that make it possible, basically. We need Igni Tech. So whenever we do anything, like cast our Whirlwind, it's just going to cast our Earthquake. You see, I just Whirlwind, and it casts double Earthquake, because we have double chance here. And then we get Igni Tech, get the Earthquakes, and with right now Bak Gar, we also get the crit when we travel. You can see it down here. It's a pretty good synergy. I'm really enjoying it. We need to make the best out of it. The chest doesn't work, so we don't know exactly how we unlock piranhas yet. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, guys. You want to tap your Whirlwind, not hold it. Because you need the Igni to keep proccing, yes? So tap, don't hold, boys. Remember. Tabbing, not holding. It's like back in the days when we played with Tyrell's Might and stuff. Yeah, stuff is melting. The great thing is, man, like I just keep going ahead and the monsters, like they keep running into my Earthquakes because they want to chase me. These guys, man, they just keep chasing me. Oh yeah, mercenary guys, Subo Mepek is the way. Always Subo Mepek. I mean, it's the way, guys. That's how it goes. And then here the boss. Boom, just tap Whirlwind, one Ground Storm, tap Whirlwind, dead. Boom, boom, boom. And we still have so many upgrades to get. Let's go. Hopefully the chest is going to be fixed soon, TM. Exclamation mark bug. The chest is not proccing your HOTA. It's not doing any damage. Like you attack with HOTA, it explodes your Earthquake for 0 damage. And it should do all the damage of the Earthquake combined in one attack. But it just doesn't do that, guys. It just doesn't do that. Unfortunately. You can basically just go, like the Earthquake will kill everything. Like one Earthquake is enough on this tier. We can definitely like tune it up a bit as well. We're pretty fast. But I just wanted to showcase you a few runs here, like average maps and stuff. Chop, chop, chop. Hey, look, we keep crushing. I'm just like basically spamming WW, not holding it. I think the Earthquakes like make everything in the back pretty clean as well. Oh, they're just all walking in the Earthquakes, man. Look at that guy. Trying to chase me, walks in the Earthquake, and he's down. See, boom, walk into Earthquake, and bam. Yeah, yeah. It's chill, it's chill. But yeah, that's the setup, guys. Barbarian, let's go. And there's still a lot of very scuffed stuff. It's gonna rock like 110 soon. GG, my friends. Take care.